Good morning, good afternoon and good evening and welcome back to the channel. Today I am talking about Reckless. So Ed Brubaker is a writer that I have been familiar with for a while now actually. I've read, I can't even remember how many of his Captain America issues I've read. I've read quite a few of his Captain America, and that's really sort of where I know him from mostly. I know he's done, was it The Criminal, was it Kill or Be Killed? I do have a couple of issues of Criminal that I really want to get around to reading. There's a lot of sort of like crime, sort of thriller stuff that he's known for. So he is a writer that I do actually want to dive a little bit more into his more sort of independent stuff. But this was my first proper dive into something that is created sort of by him. So was it him and Jacob Phillips? God, Sean, it's Jacob that does the colours, damn. So, I want to say, first of all, story of this is fantastic. It really is. This is it's like a 80s detective thriller. I got this back in December of last year, and I am I'm both gutted and relieved that I have taken this long to actually get around to reading it. I'm gutted because I've had this book for so long sitting on my desk ready to read, and I just haven't got around to it. I've been working on so many different books, working on so many different videos, so many different articles that I just haven't had a chance to get around to reading it. And now that I've read it, I got about halfway through and was like, this is amazing. It is so well written. And I actually remember seeing an advert for the sequel book. So I'll come to that in a bit. I will say I love the cover and the first few pages in terms of the artwork. I think it's absolutely, especially that cover. That cover is stunningly beautiful. I believe it's like a sort of watercolour kind of thing. It looks fantastic, it really does. And I would happily have that on display up on one of my shelves. But knowing me, I'll probably have it spine facing outwards when there's more issues released. However, when it comes to the art by Sean Phillips, so Sean Phillips, I believe it is his brother, Jacob, that does the colours. The colours look amazing. This is a very nostalgic 80s kind of feel for it. You've got this sort of rugged detective kicked out of the CIA for reasons I'm not going to spoil too much. Sets up his own business, if you can call it that, working out of a sort of rundown cinema. And he's got this like 1-800 number where people can call with issues that they've got. So it's like I said, it's set in Los Angeles. It's this very sort of nostalgic detective feel to it, and I love the fact that the colours are just so bright. Although it's set in Los Angeles, it really does remind me of Miami. I absolutely love really colourful things. And when I went to Miami, looking at like the beachfront, I think it was called Miami Beach, where it was incredibly colourful and it was just fantastic. It's one of the best memories I've got. So seeing these kinds of bright colours, I will actually show you some. Seeing these kinds of bright colours within the book is just amazing. So yeah, it's very pink, it's very red, it's very orange. It's that kind of like sort of sunset-y colours. There are obviously things that take place during the night, so there's a lot of sort of darkness that happens as well. But this is a detective thriller. You're going to expect that. It is quite violent, not massively over the top violent, but obviously it is an action thriller, so don't expect there to be no blood. But it's not gratuitous. So for me, I think that was really well done. The issue that I do have with it when it comes to the art is I personally like art that looks kind of polished. I really like, I have the kind of OCD where I look at colours and they have to be within the lines of the pencils and the inks. I'm a bit of a stickler for that, I really am. And although the art is stunningly beautiful, there are times when they're sort of pushed over the edge. Now that is done on purpose. This is supposed to be a callback to the sort of the classics, like pulp era comics of the 70s and the 80s. It is done on purpose, but there's still something to me that I kind of look at it and go, oh, not too sure, don't know. But that is a very personal preference. In terms of what it's actually reflecting, what it's paying homage to, it's done a fantastic job to it, so I can't knock it for that. But like I said, the story is what sort of kept me going. The art was good, the colours are just great, but it's the story that I think makes this book fantastic. And I mean, there were times when I was thinking, I'm not too sure about this, I'm not too sure about this, I'm not too sure about this. It's your typical crime thriller. You know, it really does make you think. Sorry about that. It really does make you think about what's going on, the characters and their motivations within the story. And I was just completely blown away by it. I really was. I could not put this book down. So coming to like the advantage of me taking so long to getting around to reading it, the advantage is the next book in the series comes out very soon. I cannot wait. Absolutely cannot wait. In the afterword, Brubaker actually talks about the fact that he grew up with his dad reading a lot of crime thrillers that were very much sort of very colourful colours, and he wanted to do something like that. And when the pandemic hit, the comics industry was shut down, and he decided now was the time to go for it. So the plan is for them to release 3 books within a year. So the second one is about to come out very, very soon. I'm hoping this is going to be more than just a 3-book series. I can't remember how many books Criminal was. That was relatively long. I think Kill or Be Killed was quite long as well. I'm hoping this goes for a lengthy amount of time, because after just reading this one book, I need to get the collection. If it's going to stay at this kind of level, there is no doubt in my mind that this could be probably one of the greatest runs that I've ever read. So I'm really, really looking forward to it, and this will definitely be put in a very safe and very obvious place within my office. Probably bookshelf. It's got to be a bookshelf. It's got to be. But for anyone who likes the crime noir sort of thrillers, I cannot recommend this enough. This book is phenomenal. It is a little bit pricey. I think I paid like £20-something for it. But it is a hardback book, and without a doubt worth every penny. Guys, if you have, I'm curious, have you read Kill or Be Killed? Have you read Criminal? Have you read any of Brubaker's stuff? What are your thoughts on him? Have you read Reckless? You know, are you looking forward to it? Do you know much about this? Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe, because it really, really does help me out. And I'll see you all in the next video.